Judge, this is a case of Cassidy's.
Thank you. You all may be seated. Miss Cassidy, you brought this case before the court. What's going on?
We were married for several years, and he adopted my son from my first marriage, which meant my first husband relinquished all rights, and he doesn't want to take care of the child anymore now that we're divorced.
Okay, sir, is there a reason you don't want to take care of your son?
Well, he's not my son.
Well, yes, he is. You adopted him.
I thought I was in love with her. I just wanted to please her.
So you didn't really love the child at all, your son? Because he is your son, just so we're clear. You're not going to be able to say things like, it's not my child. You adopted this child legally. This is your child.
Well, he's not blood. He's her son. He's not my blood son. He's a redhead.
What does that have to do with anything, the color of his hair?
Kids.
What does the color of his hair have to do with anything?
I just always hated redheaded kids.
Okay. How did the two of you meet?
Well, I had been divorced several years, and I'm a...
Get ready. This courtroom drama is about to get intense. The video opens with suspenseful music as Judge Vonda Bailey steps in, fully prepared to take charge of what's shaping up to be a high-stakes legal battle. The tension in the room is undeniable. First, Miss Cassidy speaks. She's calm but firm, making it clear she's standing her ground. She explains that her ex-husband made a commitment. He legally adopted her son from a previous marriage. But now that their marriage is over, he's refusing to support the child he once promised to care for. Then, it's the ex-husband's turn, and things take a sharp turn. With no emotion, he simply states, "He's not my biological son." The courtroom falls silent, but Judge Vonda Bailey doesn't skip a beat. She immediately shuts him down, making it crystal clear that adoption carries the same legal weight. As biological parenthood, no loopholes, no way out, the stakes are sky high, and trust me, this is only the beginning.
Yes, he's a farmer.
Ma'am, I will give you your opportunity to speak in just a moment, okay? Go ahead, sir.
So my friends took me out to a club. I call them mammary clinics. Took me out to a mammary clinic for my birthday, and that's where I met her, and she strapped it to me, and I fell in love with her that night. And
you fell in love enough to adopt her son?
To marry her, because I thought I was in love with her.
Okay.
And so we got married, and she coaxed me into adopting her kid.
Okay, you adopted the child, and you're here today because she wants you to
pay child support.
Pay child support and take care of your child.
He's more of a ballerina than he is a boy.
What do you mean by a ballerina?
I don't want that kid. He's.
Sir, you adopted this child.
Well, let his own father adopt him back.
Wait a minute. His father terminated his rights, and you adopted this child.
Well, she can talk.
I'm not about to play this game with you, sir. Mr. Cassidy, we're not doing that today, okay? This is your child. You legally adopted the child, and you can be legally responsible for paying child support as well.
Well, his first dad gave up his rights. How come I can't give up my rights?
Well, you know what? We're not doing that today. Today, you're going to take care of this child, okay?
Okay, what?
And you're not going to give him up because he's a...
And this is where things take a shocking turn. The ex-husband flat out admits he only adopted the child to keep Miss Cassidy happy, not because he actually cared. But believe it or not, that's not even the worst part. He goes on to complain about the child's red hair and even mocks him by calling him a ballerina, as if any of that has anything to do with being a father. The entire courtroom is left in disbelief. Then, Miss Cassidy reveals something even more heartbreaking. She actually dyed her son's hair, hoping it would make her ex more accepting. Let that sink in for a moment. By now, Judge Vonda Bailey has heard enough. And honestly, who wouldn't? His excuses are beyond weak. It's painfully clear he's only thinking about himself, not the child he once vowed to love and support.
No.
He don't fish.
Sir, Mr. Cassidy, how much money do you make a year?
Approximately 83.
83,000. And ma'am, now I'm to you. What does this mean, farmer?
I'd rather not go into detail.
Okay. $83,000 a year. And sir, you said, how many other children do you have?
I have 2.
2, okay. So you have 3 kids
They're
total.
not redheaded either.
Sir, the color of their hair should not affect whether or not you decide to be a father to those children versus your adopted son. You understand?
I understand.
Okay, well, as long as you understand. I have your gross, yes ma'am.
So I've dyed the little boy's hair now, so
What color is his hair now, ma'am?
his hair is the same color of his now.
And you all are aware that the color of this child's hair doesn't matter in terms of the financial responsibility, right?
I understand that, but he doesn't, so I'm just trying to make it to where he
I don't want to
likes
buy
his son.
tutus for
You
the
know
rest
what? It
of
is
his life.
ridiculous she even had to dye the child's hair to even make you receive any type of comfort, sir. That's ridiculous. Now, at $83,000 a year, I have your gross at $6,916.67.
Wow.
Who carries health insurance for this child?
I do.
How much is it for the child only?
$230 a month.
$230. Okay, sir, you're going to reimburse that to her monthly. Yes, you are. And your net comes out to $5,482.88.
Oh.
Yes. What do we need to call an ambulance? You okay? Oh, okay.
Yeah, maybe an ambulance might help me.
Okay, well, right now I'm getting ready to help you with these numbers, okay?
Or a
Giving you
12
credit for
gauge.
the other children that you have. Your child support obligation is $808.72 plus the health insurance reimbursement of $230 a month. That makes your monthly obligation $1,038.72.
Okay, that's gonna run
Okay,
me.
and you can afford it. It's 83. You make $83,000, sir.
Just when you think this case couldn't get any wilder, Miss Cassidy throws out a curveball. What if her ex-husband just remarried her to get out of paying child support? The courtroom bursts into laughter, and even Judge Vonda Bailey cracks a smile, but she doesn't let the moment linger. She quickly shuts it down, reminding everyone this isn't couples therapy, it's a legal case. Then she gets straight to business. Case dismissed, and the ex-husband is officially responsible for child support. Even with the ruling, his attitude doesn't change. He stays cold, dismissive, and completely unfazed. It's obvious. He just doesn't get it. And, let's be real, he probably never will. The segment ends with a mix of amusement and frustration, leaving everyone shaking their heads at this guy's sheer nerve.
Well, there's a lot of overhead for farming.
Well, you know what?
Now-
Dye your hair red.
Well, that's not going to help me pay my bills. That's
It
not going to help
might.
me feed my cattle.
Well, you know what? You might want to choose some different alternatives.
Well, you got to eat. That's what. Where do you think your food comes from?
You grow my food?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And I pay for it from you, right?
Well, yeah.
Okay. Well, guess what? You're going to continue to grow your food, and you're going to take care of this child, who's now the hair is dyed because you had a problem with the color of the child's hair. Ridiculous. Is there anything further here?
Yes, the last year that he hasn't paid, can he pay the back pay as well?
You know what? That is a great question. Are you asking for back pay today, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, unfortunately, you did not put that in your paperwork that you filed with the court requesting.
To close things out, lawyer Vonda Bailey steps in to break it all down. She lays out the legal side of step-parent adoption under Texas law, making one thing absolutely clear. Adopting a child isn't just a nice gesture. It's a lifelong responsibility, even after divorce. Before wrapping up, she encourages viewers to subscribe and share their own experiences, reminding everyone that cases like this aren't just courtroom drama. They impact real children's lives. The segment ends on an informative note, connecting the emotional weight of the case to the bigger legal picture. And after watching this, one thing's certain, you'll never see child support cases the same way again.